Welcome to Martini Time. Beautiful day here in Blackstone, the center of the world, but then you two are the center of the world. So what's in the news today? Well, Trump. So I can't stay away. I keep getting new insights. I keep getting wider angle views. I can't help it, so I'm back again. So the title of this talk is Trump and Space Odyssey 2001. Do you remember that movie? Made a big impression. I think I've seen it again. It comes back and back because it's a metaphorical movie. It's a movie about science fiction, of course, so it has content. It's got a story. But it's metaphorical, symbolic structure. Keeps on giving. So the main point of the movie was that black obelisk that would appear first to the apes, then to the astronauts. And whenever it appeared, there was an evolution of consciousness. The apes made a tool. The astronauts went to Jupiter, and the individual astronaut kept seeing the obelisk and evolving. So there was an evolution there. But what made the obelisk so creative? In other words, it triggered a leap. It triggered a change. It triggered evolution. It triggered history in that sense because it had no historical reference. So the obelisk was a metaphor for the unknown because you couldn't, there was, and that's why I connected with Trump in the sense that much of the media pundits keep trying to connect him to historical references, other presidents, whatever, but they fail. So Trump is like the black obelisk in the sense that he has no historical reference by which to understand him. So he's kind of like a hole, a black hole, that has no reference to the grid in which it appears. So what is happening then is that I keep holding this. This I found this in my drawer. Her name is on there. It says Marguerite Conley. This was given to my mother when she graduated from high school, I guess. But it's a little silver pencil that you can hang on a necklace or whatever like that, you see. Isn't that something that, that this would be a thing that you would get when you graduate? A silver pencil for writing. You see, isn't that? I just think that is so neat. Anyway, I see metaphors. I like stuff like that, particularly as it connects to my own life. So anyway, I digress. The obelisk then is a signal of change because it is a hole in the fabric of history. And when it's like a person that comes in and sits on the bus, and people do experiments with this. Somebody comes into a group with a bag over their head, and it rearranges all of the relationships in the room. It rearranges everything because there's a bag over his head. You don't know who it is. So Trump rearranges everything, not because of what he does or his policies or anything. It's because he has no historical reference to previous presidents, to expectations, to the Constitution, to anything. So it's like a death. See, now death is like the black obelisk in Space Odyssey because death has no reference to history. I mean, you can't say death is like this. I mean, you can say, well, death is like when Uncle Joe died or something, but that is not what death is. So death has no reference to form because it's formless. Death has no reference to time because it's timeless. So death rearranges everything. When somebody dies in your family, everything gets rearranged. There's a moment of grief, tearing of the hair, rending of the clothes, and then there's a reformation. So death is a reformation of history and time. So Trump is like the black obelisk of death. There is a rearrangement of America. We don't know what it is. It's not good or bad. Can't say Trump is a messiah or Trump is a savior. Well, some do, but that's a reference. That's a reference to the Bible, or you could say he's a mafia boss. That's a reference to the known mafia family, or you could say he is a con man, or that's a reference to what we know a con man is, or he's an idiot. Well, that's a reference to Forrest Gump, or So whatever we call him is a reference to what we know. But he's a black. He does. It doesn't hold. Nothing holds. You see, because he doesn't. All of these have meaning, but it's like spokes on a wheel. But the hub, you see, is the black obelisk. He doesn't fit. So you can use a psychoanalysis map and reference him to some neurosis. So, narcissism, whatever. So it's all open. You can find any spoke of reference you want to this black obelisk, this unknown of Trump, you see. Now, in the context of his life previous to the president, he was a known fixture. But when you put him into the office of the presidency, something changes. Something is different. Even Trump doesn't know what it is. You see, you change the context of the meaning. Before he became president, the context of the real estate business and the TV industry with his TV show, The Apprentice, you see, all of that was the historical context, and Trump had meaning in that. But when you change the context, what had meaning in a previous context has no meaning in that because it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit, you see. So it changes everything. Everything is trying to get in a realignment with this. You have to be in alignment with the president. The president is like the axis on a wheel. The spokes have to be in alignment with that axis, or else the wheel falls apart, or it wobbles. You see, it's out of alignment. So this creates a schism in the nation that is much deeper than any previous split, because you see, a third of the people are trying to get in alignment with that axis, and 2/3 of the people, and then another third don't know, and then another third won't get in alignment with it, you see. So that the wheel of state, which the axis of the wheel of the American state is the presidency. That's the hub that integrates everything. And because the axis has no close, it doesn't fit any previous wheel. It's creating a Space Odyssey 2001 moment where everything is changing. So we don't know what say, well, the election of November will return everything to normal. Or if we just get, things won't be the same, because the system has been like the wheel has fallen over and it won't work, you see. So we're really going to have to reinvent it. We're really going to have to recreate both the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. We'll have to recreate it, just like in the Space Odyssey 2001. There was a creativity going. The apes had to create a tool. So we're going to have to recreate ourselves. So Trump is, in that sense, like a Hindu god that is both the destroyer and the creator. So Shiva is the destroyer and the creator, not at the same time. The Hindus understood ambiguity. Westerners don't. We're logical. It's either going to be a creator or a destroyer. So God's a creator, and he can't destroy because he's good, so we got to have the devil. So you got the creator and the devil. But in Indian mythology, the creator and the destroyer is one act. Is one act. Life and death is one, not two, you see. So in that sense, Trump is the creator and the destroyer. He's destroying America and recreating America at the same time. Think about that. So this is not a commercial for Trump. You see, this is trying to get an understanding of what's going on to it, what's happening to us. Why? So anyway, I hope my wider brush, my wide angle, helps you a little bit. It helps me. I'll see you next time.